Yo, 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 Mike. All right, we are back with another episode of the Everyday Gyms podcast. Y'all forgive me if you hear like an echo in the background. Um, I am just getting settled into my new place, so yeah. But yeah, forgive the if y'all hear echo. If you hear it, I don't know. Do y'all hear echo, fellas, or no?
Nah,
No,
Good.
okay, cool. All right. Yeah, it's hollow as
if
fuck
the
in here. So
acoustics is off, a sound guy is he's 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 he's
yeah, he's
occupied
out right
right
now.
now,
He's out.
so you know we gotta
He probably
kind
has
of
some other work to do, like a Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. He checking their mics for the, stuff
yeah,
like that.
we letting Chat GBT do the audio right now. So
Yeah. Trying to get it right. Shout out to the sound guy. Deontay's not here with us today, but he will be back with us on our next episode. He had to take care of a few things. Court, you good, man?
Yo.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So look, man, game fours. Um, not the outcomes I thought either one of them would be, but you know, I don't know why. We'll start with the Timberwolves at OKC. I did not think that was going to be um how that ended. You know, because that was what 128, 126, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna end. I thought Minnesota's gonna have that. You know, take it back to OKC 2-2. Uh, but it didn't work in a favor. What are y'all thoughts on that first?
um, like you said, I thought the series would have, the way it was looking. I mean, it kind of started off. They were, 2-0, so it was like, oh, okay, this might, this might be early. They might be getting both teams packed out quick, but then
And them first two was BTAs, wasn't it? They
yeah,
kind of
so
they ran roughshop on them boys first two
then
games.
game three kind of settled in. You was like, all right, well, we got a series now. Then last two nights, it's like, all right, maybe we don't. Um,
Not at all.
yeah. Um,
Yeah. False
so
alarm.
I
Basically.
who's winning is who I thought would win the series, but not the way that they're winning it. I put it that way.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, the MVP, he bounced back after game three. He had a rough game three. They was really affecting his whole his spots and where he wanted to get off at, and he bounced back. He came back and he showed out. I mean, 40 piece, like you know,
Yeah. Four was it 40 yeah.
48 and 10. The fourth player in Western Conference history to do that. So
My nigga said, yeah, y'all face is not my face.
yeah, pretty much.
That's not who I consider
I
face.
don't
I
know
don't
about
I
that
don't
face.
I have something to say about y'all's
Yeah,
face of the
the
NBA.
face and the whole free throw merchant. I'll address that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what he did.
Um, I
Real
think
bad day.
honestly, I'm
And
not
J
just a.
Dub showed up too.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that Jalen Williams dude. He nasty.
Yeah.
That man be getting to the basket at will. I'm not surprised by the series. I'm more surprised that it looks like Minnesota doesn't have an answer for nothing that OKC has. I thought they would be a little more competitive, but again, if you attack the basket first and work your way out to the jumper, it makes the game easier. The fact that they refuse to put or Julius Randle doesn't want to get on the block, there's not really a matchup for him on the block. He can score down there at will on them. They're gonna have to double team. You got Gobert to clean up. But when you settle for jumpers all night, if you're on, you're on. If you're not, you're not. Game three, they were hot as a bitch. I think they shot all these shots in game three and game four. It was a
They
long night.
remind me of the Celtics in that regard. Like I kept saying, man, like, yo, stop shooting
Yeah.
the ball.
Attack the basket first, and them jumpers become easier. You
I'm
getting you
telling
getting
you,
a rhythm.
OKC is busting that. Listen, man, if that mid range is dead, ask OKC because they do not feel that way.
Yeah,
They
And
they
do
they
that
not
don't
feel that way.
and that's
they're not
why
a
they're
yeah,
the
they don't rely on the three. They can shoot the three, but they don't
Yeah,
rely on it. You know
and
what I
that's why
mean?
they're the
And
number one seed, the number one overall. probably the best defense left or the best
Yeah,
defense in the
definitely
NBA.
the best defense
So
left.
they're gonna turn you over. They're gonna take smart shots and they're gonna take easier shots. They're not finna force no contested shots or even just settling for threes. They're gonna attack the basket, draw fouls, be the aggressor, and let the game come to them.
Cause what happened in game three for the Wolves? They was able to jump out early. They was getting the turnovers. They was getting the fast breaks, transition. They was killing them. So it was like they was
To
able
get
to
the
get a
easy shots.
yeah. They was getting easy shots. They was able to get some momentum. So it took OKC had to get settled, and they really couldn't because Shea
Yeah.
was struggling. So it was like, all right, J Dub off. Chet got to find a way to get it going, and it was just everybody was kind of like scrambling, and
Mm-hmm.
And see,
their best options was getting it done. But in game four, like you brought up Randall, I mean, you put up 5 points, 5 turnovers,
and
7 boards.
and you
I
Like,
settle for
think I
jumpers.
think I think
and
what
yeah,
OKC
he
does
was
best.
taking it was
McDaniels, not a three point shooter.
I think
I'm
what
selling for
OKC
three.
does best is they're so deep. They're such like pit bulls around the ball. They
yeah,
make you sort of a jump shot because the moment you throw that bitch into the post, the moment you put that bitch on the floor, it's sky blue jerseys, hands everywhere. You like, bro, I
yeah,
can't put the ball on the floor. Like I can't
right,
dribble. You got to
And
turn into Rashard Lewis out this bitch because
yeah,
as soon as you
that's
do it,
where
nah, let me get that. We go another way. We going.
yeah. Other way,
you see that's why if you swing the ball around, meaning you ain't got to put the ball on the ground. That first dribble, they closing, swing the ball around, but you still have to attack, still go at the basket and then kick. Don't just throw passes around and then somebody settle for some bullshit jumper. The only way you can beat Oklahoma City is if you attack the basket, which when we get into our next series, we're gonna see Indiana might be a lot harder competition than what they think.
Now I'm
I
gonna
would
say this
say
real.
this too. With Randall, he was taking bad. He was getting a lot of catch and shoot joints, but it was bad joints. It was like,
And he's not a catch and shoot fucking player. Like, bro, you're not a shooting guard. You're not a small forward.
and it was
If,
like,
if you work to he's Antoine Walker. He has great footwork on the block. He's bigger and stronger than 90% of the people he's gonna guard, and he can easily. You're left-handed, nigga. You getting easy buckets. Ain't nobody blocking that.
and and the thing that really is disappointing about him is he disappeared. Um, and that's been a big habit of his.
Yep,
And it's like you can see when things ain't working for him, he completely like
shuts
Yeah,
checks
down.
he
out.
not scoring. It's like, bro, I can't
I
contribute.
ain't
I'm out.
doing
I'm
nothing.
out.
And he don't play defense. He don't rebound. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what the Knicks had an issue with. That's why they made the trade.
and it's bad because you're the second option,
Hmm.
and
They need you.
they need you. And this is on a night when even with Ant, and something I noticed with Ant, man, off the ball, he's a statue. And
He's looking for the lane to get the easy dunk.
even with that, he wasn't even trying to do that last night. It was
Yeah, he
like
was stuck. He was just stuck on stupid. Look like
he won't cut into the rim or nothing. Like won't none of that. And I'm like,
it was almost like he made his mind up. Yo, it's 2 minutes in. They double team me, y'all. I can't do nothing.
Yeah,
and it's
like
They
it's
like,
like
trapping.
it's folded.
They trapping. I'm out. I'm out. Dog. Like what, dog? Try
Yeah.
to do something. Not they trapping me. I can't move. They trapping me. You like
they trying to
nigga.
trap me like Shawty. I ain't
Oh,
got
what
it.
are you talking about?
It
Like, you
ain't
just
it ain't
stay
my
there.
night. It ain't my night. The fuck?
He
What's
looks
really
like
the issue
LeBron.
right now?
That's that
No,
LeBron James shit.
hey, I'm gonna
I
say something, man. It's not off the subject, but off the subject a little bit. But dog, Jokic is the best player in the world.
oh
With that roster, dog, you looking at what OKC is doing these other teams. It took everything they had and then some to beat them niggas, and that's because they had two people got hurt in that series, and Jokic ran out of gas. It took for Jokic to run out of gas, and what you call had the hamstring pull, and I don't even think Murray was healthy, right?
He
yeah,
got
but
dinged up during the series, but he
For
played.
y'all,
yeah,
for y'all to get that game 7, that's crazy.
But look at
And
what
and
look at how
they only
Denver
played six
attacked them.
men.
Denver attacked them inside out.
yeah.
If they would have got a smidge from Michael Porter Jr., they could have won that series.
Oh,
And
Michael Porter Jr. was hurt too. He was hurt
Any
too.
bro, all I need he was on the floor. If he'd have participated in class any one of them games,
But I'm
they
but
would
I'm
probably
I'm
win
gonna
that
tell
series.
you, man. He literally like
Aaron
it
Gordon
was.
was the one who was hurt.
They was trying, based what you're saying, they was trying to get the ball to Jokic on the block. But soon as they did that,
yeah,
it
as
was
soon as
like
he
you
turned his
just
head,
saw teal jerseys everywhere. Like, nah, man,
and
you
that,
ain't getting it off.
Here's the thing: Aaron Gordon being hurt is what hurt that because that's his normally when they double team Jokic, he slashed to the basket, get easy dunks.
Yeah.
He
yeah,
couldn't
Hmm.
explode and he couldn't really move well.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
why he was selling for a lot of jumpers.
yeah.
If you
Aaron
tell
Yeah.
getting
me,
hurt, it affected Denver for sure.
yeah, because
Um,
the strength of Denver's offense counters what Oklahoma City does.
Yeah.
They
and I
attack
gotta
the
say
rim.
this too, because OKC needed to play somebody like that,
Yep.
because that's how you get to be the champion.
They got tested.
You gotta
Yeah.
get tested. You gotta get pushed, and when you get pushed like that, it's like we used to talk about with the West when it's like you gotta go through the Grizzlies, you gotta go through the Spurs
Yeah.
or the Lakers.
You need
If
the
you're
you
not
need the gauntlet.
them three teams, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
you get through them, it's like, yeah, you gonna you going
I'm
to
good.
finals. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's kind of with them. It's like you saw, and this ain't the peak level of the Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? If you coming off the championship Nuggets, it might have been a different series still, but getting tested like that, it's like it allows you to come into this series like, oh, we know it's
Yeah.
other ways we can win, and we've been challenged, and we can
Yep.
go the distance too, even though we the young, inexperienced 60-something winning
Yeah.
team. So, but
And
yeah,
that
Jokic,
it's
man,
that they it's like what makes them so hard to beat, bro, is as a team, 48 minutes both sides of the ball. They
Yep.
are everywhere,
they
bro.
play
It's like, bro, do
basketball
y'all
all the
get
way
tired?
through.
Yeah.
The
And
whole
then they
team on defense in Steph Curry type shape. You like, nigga, what's going
and
on,
then they're
dog?
at
The
least
whole
18.
squad. And he dribbling, get that. We go away. Let's go.
Right,
Yeah.
and they
Damn, they were
understand
off the races.
when you
They're
got
at
got,
least
and you
eight
know the
deep.
big thing, and it's like when Golden State popped off, they're unselfish.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody's unselfish, it's a scary. You're talented, you're unselfish, and you play like it ain't no.
Yeah,
Well, I ain't hooping, so I'm a deject, and if we win, we win. It's like
yeah,
that,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
see the difference in this. You know what I'm saying? Like just like I was just saying
it,
about Randall.
right.
You ain't even like that's one thing I get. And even though he was shaky last night, when you go back to the Lakers series when he was off, he made sure he was a playmaker to get everybody else going,
Yeah.
even if he won't moving and shaking.
Still
So it's
had that
like
energy.
Yeah,
right. But like I said, Ant being like a statue off ball, he got to work on that.
yeah.
He can't be. You
Yeah.
know, he
Back
may do
cut
something
more.
tonight, but
Back cut set picks. Do something,
do
dog.
something, bro. Don't
Don't
be
let
don't
your
be
team. You
hard
cannot let the
in.
niggas rest on offense, bro. You everybody got to be moving
You got to
on
be
offense.
moving, man, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to.
um, and you know it's crazy because I think it was a list of the stats that they was leading in the game, and it's like a long list. I'll send it to you right now, and they still lost. It was like, bro, you had them in rebounds, all these other everything mostly, and it's like it's like, bro, you
Yep.
what do you do then?
You lost the only
That's
stat that
that's
mattered.
that's disheartening. That's why they get blown out tomorrow. That's why that's disheartening. And you know something else, man. I think another thing is like Shay, right? Shay, that dude, he give you 40, but it ain't even like you. He had the ball for like, bro. You be like, bro, he had 40. When he get 40,
Yeah.
dog,
Cause he just get to his spot. We going the other way.
Yeah.
bro. He is not wasting time. He is not wasting dribbles, bro. That mid range, I all that
You know
analytic
what?
bullshit
You know
is
what
he
Shea
on a dress.
Alexander reminds you of? 90s basketball.
All the way.
All the way.
This is why the 90s basketball is better than the 2000 on. And I'm sorry. He's
I wouldn't say
perfect
all the
proof.
2000.
He's
I wouldn't.
perfect proof. But see, those early 2000 guys came in the 90s.
Okay, I give you
See what
that.
I'm saying? Those are they have the 90s mentality.
Yeah, I give you that. I give you
So
that.
a player like Shea is reminiscent of that mentality. I ain't got time to be dribbling 1,000 times. After two dribbles, if I ain't at the rim or near the rim, I'm giving that motherfucker up.
Yeah,
That's fundamental basketball.
yeah.
I live in the mid range. I'll take the open three if it's necessary. But if we up by 15, what the fuck am I taking a three even if I'm open when I can just attack the rim still?
These them Boston Celtics ass. Now,
Because that's another
And see the
thing.
damn, them
difference,
niggas.
right?
When we
The
go to the
difference,
next
right?
series, the selling for threes is why New York is in their fucking position.
What I
Mm.
will get to
Selling for
them
threes
because
when
it
you're
ain't no
winning.
threes with them. Um,
But
but
honestly,
that's the
they just don't
difference,
have no answers
right?
at Indiana, honestly.
That's the difference between Denver. I mean, not Denver, but the Wolves and Boston. Boston's more lenient on the analytic part of it. I don't
Yeah.
think
Mhm.
the Wolves is really using the analytics to do that. They just
They're
like
They're
not.
just selling for those shots.
Yeah, they
they
firing
just
off the
selling
shot.
for it,
Yeah.
and it's like because it's a philosophy what Missoula and them is doing. It's like I said, so it's
Yeah.
an
It's
analytic offense,
premeditated.
right? But over there, it's like that's something we can do. But their game probably ain't that. You know, like that night when they beat the Lakers and they were shooting and crazy. It was like you're not gonna get that night every night from them, and they haven't
Mhm.
since. But they've been trying to get that night, and it's like it's
Yeah.
not gonna be
Understand
it.
this. Every Steph Curry ruined basketball. Nobody's ruined basketball since Michael Jordan. He has
No,
ruined the
Let's use
basketball.
this. Let's say
no,
the Splash Brothers.
no.
Let's
I ain't
include
no,
both
I'm
of
They
not
them.
gonna blame it
they
on
have
Golden State.
ruined basketball. No one's done that since Michael fucking Jordan. I swear
I'm
to
not
God,
blaming. I'm not gonna blame it on Golden State. I'm gonna blame it on the rest of the NBA for copying without having the personnel to copy.
bro.
You can't
They
cut and paste
I
without
would I
having
would
the
say that.
goddamn. They having dudes that ain't even goddamn decent shooters. Oh, well, we need you to sit in the corner and shoot threes. But I'm 29% from my career from the 3 point line, but I'm a 3 point shooter.
man, that nigga,
What? You're a 29% shooter and you shoot three threes a game.
that nigga Trey Young came in for about 2 years, had a couple hot streaks, ain't heard shit about a nigga in his 3 pointer being the next Steph. None of that. You ain't heard nothing from nigga. Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
stay down
The
in Atlanta.
problem with
Stay down
Trey
in Atlanta.
Young, he
Bitch
plays
ass
for a
nigga.
team that's the Eastern Conference Siberia. Or the
Man,
Southern Siberia, because Toronto's the Northern Siberia, and they both in the East. If Trey Young was on a team that actually was competitive or actually won, he'd get the
Bruh.
hoopla. The problem
He
is,
would. He
when you
would.
look at Trey Young, it's hard to have him as a complementary piece because of what he brings to the table. But you can't win with him building around him because he's your guy. You need
another
him to.
thing, not to
He
go
has.
too
He's
far.
the Iverson syndrome.
The Wolves, the bench stepped up. Like
Yep, they sure did.
Dante, um,
Nas Reed.
Nas, and I call him Nall because that's his abbreviation, so I call him Nall. But they all was like
They
they
had
had
what
20
50,
pieces.
57, 60. They had about 60
Yeah,
points.
I think
Yeah,
they
like
bench
63.
outscored Oklahoma City's 3 of the 4 games.
And I'm like, that's what it's just like, bro. Your bench stepped up, and the two main guys just had. They were both in this like, I mean, it's just like, bro,
But
that's the worst time.
Yeah,
I think what OKC did with Randall was his game is so like you know what he's gonna do because he has to go left.
Right.
So what I see a lot of them what they was doing was they clamped that left hand.
Yeah.
yeah,
You gonna blow if you going right and you gonna get this bucket, you can have it. But
You
you
can
gonna go
earn it.
right with this
yeah.
bucket. You're
Yeah.
not going this way.
And see, the
You know
thing
what
is,
I'm
if
Another
saying?
thing
he has to
too.
go right, he's definitely shooting a jumper. He's not going to the rim when you make him go right. He's going to
So that's
take two
all they
dribbles
did.
and
Again,
pull up and throw up some shit.
they were
And
like,
that's the
man,
thing
send that
too,
man
right?
right. Make him
When
pull
you
that jumper up because he can't dribble right.
Yeah,
And we going back the other way.
because he
and
got
this is
off in
why he
game
needed to get
three,
on the fucking block.
Mm-hmm. He did. He got off.
and
He got off in game three. He
you
did.
know the game plan was like, all right, we see what you did. That's all you're gonna do in general. Bet we're
Hmm.
Yeah.
gonna turn up the intensity on our side of the defense because we already played good defense. Now we're gonna turn it up more now.
Yeah,
And it was like
we're
five
gonna take
points,
your ass out the game.
Because your bitch
5 points,
ass with
sir.
your men that 70s fro can't goddamn dribble right. So we gonna send your ass right, or you can shoot these motherfucking 3 pointers because you can't put the ball on the floor, Rashard Lewis ass nigga.
And another thing too with SGA and that last game, he was being he was processing, which I ain't never really seen him do. He was really dictating the offense, and I was like, I
Yeah,
ain't never really seen him going that bad. That's why the 40 look crazy than it make people may think it is, because it's
Yeah.
like he was doing a little bit more than just I'm killing you in the midi. It was like, nah, he like finding the mismatch and getting his looks. Like it wasn't nothing you could do about it. It was like,
He
I'm gonna
made the
get this
game real easy
mismatch.
for himself.
I'm gonna get my looks. You're not gonna
Yeah,
stop it. And it's like
right. And
when that guy does that, it's like because like you just said, he already scored where you just like he had 30. I ain't even seen him shoot but 3 times.
yeah,
Now he's like orchestrating that. It's like
yeah.
Hey,
this
I
is
think
getting
you
scary.
just opened up. I
This is
think you
getting
just
scary.
cracked the Easter egg for people. Usually, when players find that zone that you see SGA in now, that's the ascension to the next level
Right,
of superstardom.
right.
So next year, you're going to see him doing that all the time,
That's the thing.
and then there's nothing you can do about it,
Because
The
that's
way
the
this
thing. If
team
he
is
can
set
carry
up,
that
unless
over,
some things
and
happen off
even
season, they might fucking be the first three piece since the Lakers.
bruh. You
if
gotta
they can
stop.
keep
I
this
mean, don't get me
core,
wrong. There's some other teams that are maybe a player or two or a tweak or two away from being competitive, but you still gotta. I think honestly, teams need to understand this: if you do not have a reliable point guard, you cannot beat Oklahoma City. See, the
Yeah,
thing with the Timberwolves, I love Mike Conley to death, grinder. You know what I'm saying? He a good dude.
39 though,
Them
big.
years
Like,
that
yeah,
that's
brother.
the problem. Now, if this
right.
was 29-year-old Mike Conley, this would be a different series
Yeah, because he a
because
three and D guy.
he
Yeah,
knows how to
yeah, yeah.
control the floor. He knows how to stop other teams' tempo.
Yeah,
39, he just ain't got the athleticism anymore to do what he used to do.
They need a Van
That's the
Fleet
thing that's
type
hurting
guy.
them because they're putting the ball in
the perfect
Ant
fit.
Man's hands too much to orchestrate the offense, and you need him to score. So you need
But I
another
also
guy to control the ball and let Ant Man play off it, and then let him attack.
but I also think that, like, I think before we even go into them, I think the thing with those guys is they don't take care of the ball well enough. Them in New York are both having the same problem.
Yeah,
You have to really, like you said, play inside out with them dudes, slow the game up. Because again, OKC, Indiana, if they get that steal, them turnovers, they are going the other way, and you are looking at the back of jerseys. The whole them dudes is too fast. They
and both of
too
them teams
goddamn
are.
fast. You're looking at the back of jerseys, dog, and it's a bad day. So,
And
Yep.
see,
And they're both fundamentally sound,
mm-hmm,
defensively sound, well coached.
and
You
when
ain't got
yep,
too much room for errors.
and
And
when you on the road, it's a different
yeah,
feeling. Like at home it hurt too, but on the road, it's all them white shirts and that crowd. It's just
yeah,
like it.
it's
It,
a
all right,
tough
man. Like,
night.
hey, shut y'all asses. If y'all niggas
it feel
supposed
like
to,
when they had Russ in them, it feel like that. You know what I
bro,
Yeah,
mean?
that
When Russ he go and fast break and dunk. It's like, all right,
yeah,
this
you
might
got to
get
call
ugly.
time out to that. You got to call a timeout. You take
Yeah, you
off.
got to stop that because
Yeah,
now,
give me a
yeah.
minute. Give me a minute. Crowd too
So
hype for this one. It's about to be they going on for the next 15 minutes, dog. We got to slow down. Go to commercial break. Go to commercial break.
you know what I said? What I said about the Warriors, though. You know what I said? Soon as stuff hit that first one, timeout. We ain't no. We are
Yep.
not because I know Breen said bang over there. I'm not. We not doing
Yeah,
none of
I
that
know he
tonight.
said bang, so I'm
I'm
not doing
stopping
this
the
with you.
momentum instantly every time.
we're not playing through and
I'm just looking at
fighting
Mike
the
Breen. I
momentum.
ain't watching the game. I'm just watching him for the
Yeah,
Yeah,
bang.
yeah.
Like,
I
did
call
he
it
say
time. I'm gonna
bang?
punch you in the face.
Timeout.
Shut your bitch ass up. They might tell you go
Timeout.
bang, dog.
That bang it amplifies. It's like a spirit bomb or something. I don't know what's going on, but
That shit is rough.
like
That
we
shit
gotta
is rough,
request.
man.
That might be the advantage. Let's request Mike Green not commentate our game, and we got a shot to beat them.
Hey, that might
Get
be it.
Marv
Man.
Albert or somebody out. Bring one of them niggas out the rafters, but don't let his ass show up.
I
I'm
still and I
telling you.
and I still say if Steph did get hurt, it would be OKC versus
Yeah,
the
oh
Golden
yeah,
State
I,
Warriors
I
right
I
now.
think so. I think Golden State could have
I could
pulled that
see it.
off because the whole momentum of the series, and you could see the
I would
whole
say this.
energy of Golden State kind of plummeted.
If
But I will
Jimmy
blame this.
shows
I
up,
will blame Jimmy Butler for this. The comments you made about Steph being the general, when it looked like you gave up and didn't turn into playoff Jimmy when they needed you to turn into that guy. When he went down, that's when you're supposed to step up. That's why they made the trade for your ass.
that's all I'm about to say. If Jimmy played better and Steph was healthy, they might have had a better chance.
Yeah,
But
it's
if
like he
Steph was
folded.
still healthy and Jimmy was still shaky,
Steph is the ultimate equalizer, dog. What that guy does, man, with the amount of, and I still say that since 2015, they haven't lost a series for real being healthy, have they? Like fully, like full healthy.
I would have to look, but I don't think so.
Maybe you could say that bullshit against Cleveland, but Draymond got suspended for that weak ass
Bogut got hurt
joint.
in that.
But
Berger got hurt and Iguodala got hurt.
uh, shit,
Steph was
well,
I
someone
okay.
got
don't think they've lost a series healthy since they've been winning championships. I don't think maybe Deontay may know because he's probably better off
uh,
with that. But
shit. They've won most of the years they were healthy.
Yeah, when they were
They
super
when
won the
healthy.
they
whole
were
shit.
fully healthy, like they
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say, bro, I gotta see you beat these niggas. Like
Oh yeah, I mean
eventually.
they earned that. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But I think this team just this year they were really scrapping to get the way they got. Like
No,
they
it
were
was.
because
The
they
energy
just
exerted, I think, just to get out of that 11 seed was
yeah they had to scrape and claw to get there.
what they
It
went
won't like
20, 22 and 8 or something like that.
you know what I'm
Something of
saying.
that. Yeah, they was pushing. They was pushing
The
hard.
Jimmy
So
thing helped them a lot. It boosted them
yeah,
a lot. So
you might fuck around being Milwaukee next year. Fuck
Nah,
around.
hell no. Your boy
that's crazy.
Kaminga and Brzezinski, them niggas gone.
Um, yeah, but Jimmy and them, yeah.
And Kaminga, both of them dudes, they out of there.
Yeah, Kaminga.
Um,
They
Especially
gonna get it.
If Giannis really serious about going to Golden State, them two pieces is out of that motherfucker.
Yeah,
And
which
they might
I that to me the Pajimski piece.
buy. They
He
needed
gone, but I
the
would
thing is
try to see what else they wanted. I would
they
try.
needed Brzezinski to play like he did last year when Steph went down, and he didn't. They
But they
needed
made,
him.
they made him what you call to the two spot in the what's the boy name? Who been on the bench? He just started getting some burn this
Moody
year. Moody, he may go to the two because he played the small forward last year, right? Small forward.
is a small forward.
He might go to the two. They might run a bigger lineup if they get Giannis because Giannis will end up playing the center if that were to happen.
Nah, they gonna let Giannis and Draymond are gonna be on the floor together. They just because they don't have position basketball. Jimmy can slide down to play the two.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think they'll have a white kid to post whatever that 7 foot white dude. He'll probably play center. Because the thing with I think Golden State has to accept they got to get some size down bottom because they play better when they have a pass first center.
Yeah,
They're pretty much unstoppable because that 7 footer demands you to respect him. So if you go get a Brook Lopez, dude, you need some depth down there. Matter of fact, if we get Giannis, give me Bobby Portis and goddamn Brook Lopez. They both would be free
dog,
agents.
they better win because that salary cap gonna be
yeah, the
insane.
agent gonna be.
Where? See, the thing with Brook Lopez numbers shouldn't be that high because of the fact that he was basically a part-time player for the most part.
No, you got it. Steph making 60, Butler making 60, Draymond making 40,
Ain't they still getting
and
hit with that pool contract?
who, yeah, and then
And
what you
Draymond,
call making 60. Yeah, Giannis.
hey,
That's
look,
crazy. That's
Yeah, the
insane.
apron nasty.
I don't know what to tell you, but you need to make some shit happen to make. If you want to keep
Because
winning,
you got to
Oh,
think too.
hey,
you
They've been
better
on the, they've
win,
been on,
dog. 'Cause
they've
your
been over the
salary
luxury
cap
for
is
years now.
739
yeah.
million in luxury.
But think about
Yeah,
it though.
right.
You add them three guys, that gives them size, athleticism, and depth at a
Depth.
position in which. Think about it. Bobby Portis is 6'10", Giannis is 6'11", Brook Lopez is 7 foot, 7'2", 7'1", one of them motherfuckers.
I would say this.
But
You gotta stay
they've
healthy.
always needed size
Brooke
ever
got
since
to, yeah,
Andrew
Brooke got to
Bogut.
be healthy.
You gotta
But the
stay.
thing
They
is,
gotta stay healthy.
they
That's
don't
an
need
older
they don't
team.
need
That's an
Brook
older
Lopez
team.
to
They
be
gotta
the
stay
main
healthy.
guy. They need Bobby Portis to start at 5.
But
Giannis,
what I'm saying
Draymond,
is they gotta stay
Butler.
healthy. They will deplete their roster by doing it that way.
No, because you'll have depth. You only people you're losing is Brzezinski and you're losing motherfucking Kaminga. You might have to get rid of Buddy Hield too as another piece
Oh,
because of the
Buddy's
cap.
out. You gonna have to for Giannis, but
But
they're
you
gonna
know
give
what
up
I'm
about
saying?
4 players. They're gonna give up 4 players
Yeah,
and
Kaminga and
a
Hill
pick.
going if they going to get honest.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to get multiple picks, multiple players. Might have to get a third team to make the shit interesting. If you can't get Giannis, I think they should try to go get a player like Lowry Marketing, who I think he needs to get out of Utah because his career is gonna fucking suck
They was
sitting over
trying to
there.
get him before
Yeah,
Utah had locked
he
him
just
in.
chose to sign with Utah, but he
Yeah,
should have took his ass to Golden State.
I think Laurie Mark would be great. I think Giannis would be the ultimate pickup.
Yeah,
That's a
Um,
luxury move for sure.
yeah,
absolutely.
but I think with Giannis, if they get whoever gets Giannis, the team is getting raped. All right, the team getting raped. Bottom line,
Bruh,
they you gonna
Milwaukee's
have to get
already
a
said
third
it.
team in that bitch just to have some people. Like
Just
you
to
have to give up
soften the
big.
ass.
They'll be like, yo, Ben Simmons, can y'all go? Y'all
Yeah.
want Ben Simmons too? Like,
Yeah, right.
we,
Take him for cap purposes only, and then cut his ass as soon as you get him.
yeah,
Cause
they're
that
gonna have to like
Because shit, he
bring.
made like 20 million doing nothing last year.
They're gonna have to bring Brooke Lopez. I mean, what's his name? With the Brooklyn Nets in that joint to help out with some of that. This is gonna be like, dog. We're gonna have to.
yeah.
They gonna want a lot. They gonna want about 6 picks, 4 players, a
You see the
partner in
new
the pantry,
rumors.
2 bitches. You like nigga, what you want hoes for? You want hoes too? Fuck that. Like, damn, you want the hoes?
San Antonio interested in trading for Durant.
Yeah, I seen that.
I like it.
It would help.
I
I
like
think it would help.
if
But
what you
see
call
me,
it healthy.
I feel like if I'm them though, I'm swinging higher though. Like
I think they don't because well they're gonna have to give up the number 2 and the 14 no matter which one. Whether it's Giannis, I think what it was is
Fox is
if
playing
they
what,
can't get
one or
Giannis,
two.
then Durant is the next option. If they can't get Giannis,
yeah,
that's how they
that's
put it
my
for San
guess.
Antonio. And San
Durant,
Antonio got a lot of expiring young guys who are actually
Fox
pretty
is
good
one or
players.
two.
Who?
Is he a one or two? De'Aaron
Fox
Fox.
the one.
Yeah, the one.
He's just a scoring point guard.
Yeah.
I'll trade if I can get Booker before I can give up. If I get KD.
I mean,
I, I like it.
I see if I can get Booker. If I can't get Booker,
The thing is,
then
I think every team would trade for Booker before they trade for Durant. That's clear. The thing is, Phoenix knows this, so Phoenix is like, well, shit, they gonna want a Giannis haul for Booker.
But I think what will work in San Antonio favor, they have picks.
Yeah, they got 214, and they got some young guys
And
on good
Phoenix doesn't
contracts.
have any until what, 2031 or some shit like
20,
that.
40, 40 and shit.
So that's why Durant fell into place
39,
with Phoenix.
39.
But when you look at that, they're gonna want so much. They're probably gonna ask for De'Aaron Fox if they want Booker.
Oh no,
Yeah, they're gonna
I'm
ask for
hanging
You know what
on.
I'm
Fox.
saying? Like
I'm
that's the
hanging
kind
on.
of
I'm
that's how
hanging.
they would play it instead of being like, okay, we'll take the picks and we'll take some young talent.
But
They're
I
gonna be
think
like, nah,
honestly,
we're
I
not
think they're
gonna
gonna
let you
start over.
niggas get.
I think they're gonna start over.
Cause think about it. If we got De'Aaron Fox and Booker and Wemby, are you fucking kidding me? All them dudes 28 is the most, and that's Booker. De'Aaron Fox 26, Wemby goddamn 22. We're not gonna do that shit. And we in the
Is Booker
West.
that old? Is Booker that old?
Yeah, Booker was a rookie in 2014
Oh, 2014. I don't know why I thought he was 2016.
because
Him
he
and
was 19.
Kentucky, right?
He was
Something like.
19 in 2014.
Got you.
So I think he's 28, maybe 29. I think he's
Yeah,
turning
that's about. He
29.
was 19, so he about 28, 29. You right.
They
So
gonna want. They're gonna probably be like, well, we need De'Aaron Fox in the trade plus the number 2 and the number 14.
nah, I'll be like, listen,
You know what I'm saying?
I give y'all both them. I give y'all a bunch of some. I take one of y'all
Where
bad contracts.
if we do Durant, you might can get away with giving them the two draft picks and some other younger guys that aren't De'Aaron Fox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So we
you
can
probably
keep
won't have to
Fox.
give up a lot to get KD.
Yeah,
They want to get out of the books and get them draft picks. They need some room. They are hurting, dog. Them niggas are
they
scrambling.
tried to make it happen at the trade deadline, but it just didn't come to fruition in time.
Because I think
That trade
Dallas still
almost
gonna
happened
be.
during the trade deadline.
I think Dallas still gonna be hovering over that too.
Yeah,
Um,
but even though I think
so
the thing is,
Texas basically is interested in Kevin Durant. That's
yeah,
basically what it
absolutely, any of them teams.
He going back to
But
Texas for college alma mater type shit.
is. That's basically what it's looking like.
a
Houston
name,
name
a
be
name
popping
that
up. You got
people
San
are
Antonio
starting to
now.
pay attention to in the draft. Remember this name, the kid Ace Bailey out of motherfucking Rutgers. That kid, all right, man. He's basically they're saying he's like a younger version of Durant. He's a 6'2" small forward, but they have him listed as a guard, but he's 6'10".
Mm.
So he can run your offense as a 6'10" player. That kid has a chance if he goes to the right situation. That's why if I'm San Antonio, don't necessarily have to make that trade because
I
you can
No,
still get a tall guy to go with
because
him.
because that's the thing too. I'm just for me, I'm speaking for me as a fan. If I'm the fan of the team, like swinging big, but if the plan is to keep this youth movement going, yeah, go ahead and keep adding youth to it and keep going that route
Yeah,
with where you are with Wemby. So I think Houston probably just thinking the same thing, but they
they might move off
obviously
Jalen Green, but I
interested
agree.
in KD. So you know, I think they'll
I
make a move that's like big but not
Yeah,
massive like Giannis.
parallel.
Yeah,
I think if they can find a way to make it work with the money I think too. If I'm KD, I want to go out east. I think the Knicks and my team, the Pistons, if they can make it, I think the Pistons too, if they can find a way to do more draft because he fits. A person like that, just for like scoring, he ain't gonna be the man. Cade
He
Cunningham
plays
gonna be
off
the guy.
Cade. Yeah, he plays off Cade Cunningham real well too.
He can just fit in that system perfectly. He don't have to. He probably won't even be the second option.
No, hell no. Kevin Durant is gonna be your second option.
But the way
Cade,
he,
Cade is still gonna be number one, but Kevin
yeah,
Durant's gonna be number two
that's a
because
nice
I think
two.
the the
yeah,
the point guard y'all drafted, I think he was hurt a lot. He's probably gonna get traded. You're probably gonna have to give him up to get Durant.
I think that'll be a place Durant can go fit right in. I think I
But
think
I like that
Indiana could
Knicks
be a
idea.
place like that. I think New
I think
York.
the
I
Knicks.
think
I think the
I
Knicks
like
Nick.
stuff
that
gonna
Knicks
heat up
idea
for sure,
because if I'm the
especially
Knicks,
seeing what's going on right now with them possibly going
Mm-hmm.
home. So
right, whether it's OG Obanoe or what, I can't pronounce it, OG and
And then
motherfucking
yeah,
Bridges, one of them two dudes, I'm trading you.
you might get
And you
both. Fuck it.
add, so
you
you
might
added
get both.
Durant.
You might get both in a
Yeah,
pick,
and
nigga.
then that. But see, the thing is, the Knicks still have Josh Hart. They still got some younger players on the bench that they can plug in
Oh, we got to
to
get to
complement.
this. Let's
Yeah.
get
So
to those guys since you
Speaking
brought
of
up the
that, let's
Knicks.
go on over here to that game since we talking about New York, man. That game four.
they're done.
Uh,
They have no answers for Indiana. I think the Knicks have played the best they can possibly play, and they just don't have an answer for Halliburton.
they just
Halliburton.
cannot stop turning the fucking ball over.
Do
What?
you understand that the Sacramento Kings drafted him and De'Aaron Fox, and they traded both of them motherfuckers to be sorry?
We're the Kings.
You know what I'm saying? Like Sacramento, y'all? I love Sabonis. He's a good player. You're probably gonna end up moving off of him. So that means you traded Halliburton, who's gonna be a All NBA player, for a player that you're not even gonna keep. Then you turn around and trade De'Aaron Fox.
Mark Cuban was in an interview. He was saying that they was trying to go up and get Halliburton, but when the Kings didn't
Bruh,
want to move, and it was like they
everybody
was
wanted
really
Halliburton
trying
in
to
that
get him.
draft. The whole NBA knew that kid had it.
And this was
That's
when
why the Kings
Rick was
stayed
still
pat.
there. So that's just funny. Now he's with Rick. It's like
We
he
didn't, you
still
know what's
ended
so
up.
crazy? We didn't see, like, for real, the USA team benefit anybody at first until now. He was the
That's
one that
a
benefited the USA team.
You know what I'm
good
Need
saying?
that
point.
one. Need
And
that
he
one.
was a
It's
nigga that
always
was hurt.
one.
He was a dude that was hurt.
That's a good
Yep.
point because people was too many people was debating about Tatum and Kerr and all that stuff. That was the most
Yeah.
outside of
And
Bron
this
and
nigga
KD
about to go
doing.
to,
They
and
was
this nigga
doing.
about to go to the finals.
And they have a legitimate chance to win the finals. That's the thing about it.
I,
I do like this about the finals because it's probably going to be Oklahoma City, Indiana. Barnes miracles. We finally have two teams who have never won an NBA championship.
and that was dope about this whole. You getting teams that's like they ain't been there.
Fresh blood.
You know
The
what I
Knicks
mean?
ain't been there since '73. Minnesota ain't never been there. Indiana has never won the NBA finals. And Oklahoma City, Seattle doesn't count because they're going to give Seattle a franchise here the next couple of years.
And
So Oklahoma City has never won a finals.
it's needed for the league because it really plays out to the unpredictableness of this whole
Mhm.
postseason. Like
Yeah.
you had your favorites. I mean, the champs got sent home quick. You know what I mean? Like they the champs, they the defending champs. So it's like
Yeah.
that throws everything off right there.
Fuck
So
out, my nigga. Y'all be all right.
so
And they were
um
outplayed by the Knicks. Let's not act like the Tatum injury caused them to lose. No, they were outplayed by the Knicks that whole series.
because
They
they,
were.
they they had 20-point leads and then lost them and like that. It's like,
Telling you.
but
And they gonna have a rough
What I
year
Halliburton.
next
say?
year,
What I said it was last time? The bad bitch at the prom, yo.
bro.
That's who they are. They
They
the
gonna be the
baddest
bad
chick in the
bitch. With,
room.
next
They
year they're
the
gonna be the
prettiest
bad
chick in
bitch
the
with
room.
herpes. They're gonna be in trouble.
You said herpes? Hey, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
That's a tough night.
think,
That's a
bro.
tough
Think
night.
about it. Look, when you look at their roster, now you have to now
Who prom
Jalen
date is she? Good
now
lord.
Hey,
now that
no
argument
one.
about
Hopefully,
who's the
Jesus.
number
Send her
one
to
for
the
both.
ER.
Somebody went for it. She's bad.
Send her to the ER. Send her to the E
But
fucking
think
R.
about it.
I
Jesus
mean, I would
Like,
send her to the ER, but some niggas
Yeah,
be
that's
nasty.
bad.
They got to get their
get
nasty
her, get
award.
her ass the fuck out the car. You walk. Let her do what she's doing by her goddamn self. But think
Take her
about
out
it.
the limo because it's prom, so you gotta have a limo or something.
They're
I don't
gonna have
know.
to
Yeah,
I
they're
don't know.
gonna answer the question of is it Jalen Brown or is it Jason Tatum? That gets answered next year.
I'm gonna tell you
Shit, I already
like
got
this,
the answer.
man. I'm gonna
Neither
tell
one
you
of them
like this
motherfuckers.
too.
That's what the answer is.
No, it ain't even that. It's
Stop shooting so many fucking threes.
it's
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man. That it's this right here is going to start making teams really look at the GM they pick because this is like you gotta build through the draft now. Ain't gonna be no afterwards. It's like, look, man, I could spend my money here and do all it. I gotta be able to build through the draft. I
Boston
Y'all,
is
gotta
the
be able to
blueprint
build
for
I got
through
a
the
sure.
question.
draft,
Have y'all
dog.
ever heard Sam Presti name being interviewed by any team other than Oklahoma City?
Not a goddamn person.
There's a reason why. We pay that motherfucker plenty money to have him don't even consider going nowhere.
Oh yeah, well he was there in Seattle. You
And
know
that
what I
nigga,
mean?
you
So
call him Mr. Retool, yo.
Look at
That's
the
that nigga
draft.
nickname,
Look at
Mr.
the
and
draft
credit
Retool.
for
he did in
him,
Seattle.
if they
That
win the chip, he can really talk crazy because he caught a lot of flack for the Harden stuff, losing KD, losing Russ. So,
and he rebuilt that motherfucker
but he
with the
rebuilt it with the
And got
craziest trade ever.
and got 93 million picks for
yeah.
2026 alone. You
Bro,
like nigga? It's
you
You know
know
only
what
two
happened?
rounds.
You know
they
what happened?
they
Dame
fucked
hit that
up
shot,
so hard.
and he was
Mm-hmm.
like my man in belly eating a banana. He's like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I
Y'all
don't like
like
that
that?
shit. And he got the Paul George trade because he got a haul for Paul George, like
Finesse, finesse, finesse.
super finesse because they just paid him. They gave him a deal and sent him
And
away.
This was when Paul George was still good.
This was fresh off the new. This was fresh off of one of his best years,
That nigga
bruh.
was sitting in the Clippers. That nigga
Presti,
was sitting in
man.
the Clippers. He was sitting in the Clippers. Up at he was in the practice joint up in the up in the on the rafters looking down with the binoculars like, yeah, I'm gonna get that nigga. That nigga Shea, he don't even play. I'm gonna get him. He over there busting ass. They won't give him no tick though. That's like
He was lurking.
Bro, who the fuck was they guards when he was there?
who on OKC?
No. On the Clippers.
Pat Bev on it.
Yeah, it was Bev and
Um, uh, Lemon Pepper Lou. All
The
those
end
yeah,
niggas.
it was.
the end of Lou Williams.
Well,
Nah, that's
that's
when
why
Lou
I said
Williams.
Lemon Pepper. I don't think he was Lemon
That was when
Pepper.
he was still the sixth man. Then
Lemon Pepper's different than Lou Will.
who was the starting who was the starting guards? It
I
was
think
Pat
Bev
Bev.
was.
It was Pat.
Bev was the starting point. Lou
Yeah.
was the sixth man because he won six
Yeah,
man a year like a couple times with the
yeah.
Clippers. It wasn't Jamal Crawford. It wasn't JJ
Nah,
Redick.
Now you talking about the
yeah. You going back to Live City?
yeah, that's
So
Lob City.
my point is the fact that we don't even know who they shooting guard was lets you know that they fucked the ball up with SGA sitting on the pan comfortable.
They're the Clippers. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I understand Paul George was the name.
These niggas
Yeah, I
traded
get
away
it.
a chip, dog. The
So,
Clippers traded away a chip. That is nuts.
bro, the
Cause you know
Clippers are the
what?
Atlanta Falcons of the NBA.
Cause you know what? For them, right? Cause this what it is, right?
Oh
So, cause I'm
God.
gonna put it in a whole. They're in the city where it's the Lakers, it's the Dodgers. Big money moves are being made. Just Dodgers alone,
Yeah,
you know. Then you got to deal with the Lakers. That's who you. That's your big brother. He been bullying you forever. Been
I'm
kicking
glad
you,
you got your own apartment and stop sleeping on that nigga couch.
even when they're down bad. That's crazy. That's a shot. I'm gonna let him shoot
Right.
that. I'm gonna let him
Them
shoot
Yeah.
that.
niggas got them niggas got honorable mention banners in the goddamn rafters. Participation trophies. Ain't no need you sitting in this motherfucker house, this mansion with all these globes in there, and ain't none of them got clippers on them.
Niggas
When you
said,
even when you
niggas
talking
said,
hockey, right? The Kings are popular, and you
yeah.
got the Rams who is making they did the Stafford trade. So it's like
Yeah.
all these big moves are being made. Even the Chargers, they got
I'm
Khalil
about to
Mack
say,
and all that. They
at
was
this
doing
point,
shit.
you're
So it's
behind
like
the Chargers.
you got you like, all right, how can we shake it up?
The
And they
Rams won the
did.
Super Bowl.
Bro, they might be behind Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Who?
Motherfucking the Clippers. They
The
might be behind
Clippers?
Anaheim. Yeah.
The Angels are the lowest.
Nah,
So they
bro.
not below the Angels.
But see, they
Oh
got Mike
God.
Trout though.
My man, I'm gonna tell you like
Yeah,
this.
damn, they did get rid of Otani though.
I'm gonna tell you like this. They
Yeah,
got
they
Mike
might.
Trout.
He need to
Listen,
get traded too. He should ask the fuck out of
he
there
need to come across the street to save his career. But
and win him a
um,
chip.
yeah, just come get a chip, dog. It's over.
Ain't
Like
no,
I
don't,
don't
you
know
don't
what.
want to be the Charles Barkley of baseball.
Cause look, G, the Angels is like this. I'll put it in basketball form. It's like having Giannis and KD on your team. That's your 1 and 2, and you're supposed to build around that. You drafted Kevin Durant. That's Shohei Ohtani. Like
You're winning
I
16
probably need a
games.
better example because Shohei's like a
No, you're
unicorn.
right on the money. You got Giannis. You drafted Kevin Durant, but you're winning
But the
16
thing
games.
is, with Shohei, he's like, it's like you putting Giannis in Steph's skill set. That's the thing, because he pitched too, and it's like he
And I'm a home
swing
run
with the
hitter.
opposite hand and pitch with the right. It's like, bro, what is this? Like,
Meanwhile,
And
nothing.
they're winning.
meanwhile,
The thing is, they're in the lottery every fucking year with
they
two
didn't, bro.
guaranteed
He
Hall
was
of Famers.
this how bad it was. G, the Angels are in Los Angeles. When he signed to the Dodgers and came to the Rams game, they said, "Welcome to LA, Shohei." I said, "He been playing here for 5 years. What?
That thing, all he did was move across the street.
He all,
He didn't even have to change his mail. The postman was already getting the mail across the street.
bruh.
I'm gonna walk across the street, literally for real.
Right.
Hey, now look
All
at
he
the
did
head
was
now.
walk down the street.
He would meet the mailman across the street to pick his mail up.
Dog,
Every LA
my address,
team
my address isn't
posted.
updated yet. My address isn't updated
Yeah.
yet. Can I get my
Bro,
mail?
like,
Every
That's
team,
crazy.
every
That ain't
LA
possible.
team posted,
Come on,
"Welcome
man.
to LA." I said he played there for 5-6 years. He was already in LA.
Dog, that's
Nah,
a
bruh.
bad fucking day for this. Yo,
That nigga, it's like he lived in Charles City.
damn.
That's
Damn.
what it is. That's what Anaheim is. LA. They're like Charles City.
I can't.
Back to the faces.
I
Back to
can't
the
laugh
faces.
because I got family out there.
Back to the
Yeah.
faces of the
It ain't a
Knicks.
jab at Charles City
Back
because Charles
to
City.
the
Hey,
faces of the Knicks.
I fuck with Charles City. There's some nice people.
Yeah, I
out
do
there.
too, but it's funny. It's just the
Nah, it
comparison
is,
killing
though.
me.
It is. Well, that's
You gotta
Blair.
look at
That's Blair Stumping Ground. That's her whole family on that motherfucker.
But
God
Because
damn.
this the thing.
It makes perfect
'Cause
sense.
I know we
though.
don't went off on a tangent of baseball, but
Oh,
I was
God.
trying to make a bigger point about LA, and that's why the Clippers, they swung big. They got the new owner, with Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
He had big money, so he was like, "We wilding." So
I'm
He
blowing
thought he
dope.
was Mark Cuban and he ain't getting Mark Cuban results.
yeah, but we done went all over the tangent. We gotta
Front
get back
row
to
sharing
Halliburton.
and shit. Got
Yeah.
the whole pom
So-
pom section.
So
Halliburton.
yeah, Halliburton, man, is the guy. We usually have about 2 or 3 guys that play Olympic team that's like, all right, they show their ass, but he's the main one. Nobody saw this coming.
Bro,
Nobody saw this coming.
Especially
Derek
coming off the
White got
whole
all that Olympic credit because Halliburton being hurt.
when before it was before the postseason or during it, that survey came out that said the player said he was the most overrated player. The timing of that just
Yeah,
it's
a
like
word.
that's called free momentum.
Did
That's
y'all
free
bulletin board material.
court?
Yeah.
Did you see the joint court where the niggas somebody said that nigga Halliburton looked like Steve Urkel when he
Yeah,
was
that's-
busting
that
their
clip
ass on a
was great.
basketball game? Dog, and the way they had it cut, like bro,
It's
I
in the
gotta
group
send
chat.
you that.
Bruh,
Deontay sent it.
you know what's
Dog.
crazy? Everyone is saying that he looks like the nerd who can ball.
Bruh. And he
The
is
Urkel comparison, bro.
dog. Dog. When I say the way they cut it up, like they was
The way
doing
they
the
edited, it's
same
like shot for
shit.
shot. Like
It's like,
Nasty,
damn. And he is
bruh.
busting. There's nothing you can do about it. After
But you know
all that shit
what?
they said about him.
I think they got the edge once they won that game, and he did the choke
That
thing with
game one.
Reggie in the building.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
they took the, it's like they took the edge then to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Winning them first two in New York, that shit was it was a done deal. They
Now,
had
wait. I mean,
all
if
of the heart.
Now,
I
Cat,
say this, if New York do win tomorrow,
They are fucking losing the next game.
they need to win tomorrow. I mean,
Think about it. Tomorrow's in New York, so you win
yeah,
at home. You got to go to
yeah,
Indiana and win. You ain't beat Indiana all year. They 0-4 during the regular season against Indiana.
but see, and this the thing too, man, because he
see,
coming off this game, this 32, 12, and 15
Come on,
with
dog.
no turnovers.
What? What?
he is
Are
stumped.
you?
He is proving a point,
Let's
man.
not
But
act
and the
like
thing
you
when
knew
I
who
bring
that
up the no
Naismith kid
turnovers,
was.
they
That
had
Naismith dude is
17.
balling.
The Knicks had 17. He had none himself. It's like, bruh, what do you do? What do you
Yeah,
do?
Will this question? Will this be Rick Carlisle's second team or third team to win the championship with?
I think it's
second.
second.
But
Second.
this
So
is
he just
like
got
his
one with
fourth or
Dallas. He
fifth.
got one with
This is
Dallas.
like
That's
his
it.
fourth or fifth time going to the chip, though. But I think this could be his second time actually winning it because he
What
won
does
with
that
the
place
Now,
him,
Dallas.
y'all
when
think?
he
If he
just
were to
forget
win,
about,
if he were to win, what do y'all think that places him? All
He's
time
already
total.
in the top 10. I don't think he'll
Okay.
ever. I don't think he'll ever get to number two or number one because that's Red Auerbach and Phil Jackson. But Pop
Over
is probably,
Popovich?
I gotta see
Over
his
Pop?
win loss
bruh.
first before I can say
You
it.
Popovich is that them three are the top three. Wherever the order is, however you have the order.
I
But
got you.
Pop, Phil, and Auerbach are the top three. Now after that shit, he can get the four.
Yeah, you got to
He
win
can definitely
multiple.
get the four.
You got to win multiple.
Yeah, yeah, and he's doing it with multiple teams in multiple conferences, and he's doing it. If he beats Oklahoma City with the MVP, the best team in the league, bro, it sounds like that's isn't that what he did in 2011 with Dallas?
Yeah.
He
They what
he
three
got to be
fifty
in the
win
top
teams in a
five
row on the way to the championship?
Yeah, they beat.
exactly,
Yeah,
and nobody picked Indiana to even get this far. People
I
figured
know
they were going to be
ESPN
somewhere.
didn't.
Niggas thought they was going first round out that
Oh yeah,
motherfucker.
you know they did.
Yeah, and they beat the shit out of Cleveland. They beat them so bad.
And they
Donovan
beat the
Mitchell
Bucks
was
first round. They beat
apologizing.
the Bucks first round.
We weren't surprised by that. The Bucks barely made the fucking playoffs. They was shit. But when they beat
Now I will say
Cleveland,
this
they
though.
had Cleveland apologizing for how bad. No, bro, Indiana was just a better team. You got to apologize for losing to them.
I would have, because they probably would have still won the series. If that Cleveland was healthy, it would have been a better series just as far as watching. Because they fought, but it was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
them
they
them
got
not having Garland and Mobley. Those were some big pieces. Then they had the one game where they didn't have Allen. So those was important
but then
pieces.
the guys that were
When
there,
did necessarily
they
change.
would they were tricking it up too. That's a different conversation. We
yeah,
passed that now, but
definitely dropped the ball a lot.
um, 17 turnovers, bro, and Brunson, Hart, and Bridges had 11 of them
Yeah, that's rough.
combined.
That's rough.
The people who you need to play the best have been struggling for them. It ain't you can't blame this on Cat.
I mean,
Cat
Cat
ain't
got
been
them to
playing.
win that game the other
He ain't
night.
been
For
playing
real,
bad.
for real.
Cat been giving you what you
But I
fought for.
think
He's a 20 point,
they
29, 28 guy.
because when they turn a ball over, man, they force them to play it. Indiana forces you to play at their tempo. You turn the ball over.
Mm.
If you
It
slow the game up, you
sounds like
keep
the
the
team we
game
just talked
low.
about, right?
You know, another thing
And
too with them, the Knicks don't. The Knicks always in this series, especially, they always behind. They
mhm.
just start late to the
Yeah,
game, and
slow
you be
starts.
like, and then they don't. What I
You're
know,
not
this
Golden State people. You're not
And
Golden
they
State.
don't execute well.
not even- not for nothing. When I brought it up in that series, that first with the Boston series, when the offense was looking funny, and I was like, bro, that offense got to get, you got to do something, because they don't sustain a like going on runs. Like we see like OKC go on a run, or
Yeah.
in the Denver series, both teams could go on a run at certain points.
Yeah, the 15, 16 point
You know what I'm
spurts.
saying?
Yeah.
They go on runs. They went on a run the other night when they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't have enough they just it's like a short stretch where they may get a turnover or they may just
Yeah,
get a
they going on
defensive
six,
rebound,
eight
whatever.
point runs instead of
Other way,
16.
and then like Cat might get 6 points, then Brunson get 8. Then it's like, oh, they moving and shaking, and then they'll just stall out after that,
They
and
start
it's like
selling
then
for
they're
bad
down again.
threes.
And like in this game, the problem with them, they'll cut it to like 8 points, and then they'll try to take a just the most non,
Yeah, a
the most.
dumbass three trying to get 8 points in one shot. Like,
God
bro,
damn.
If
ain't
I
no
shoot this three, we'll get 8. No, you won't. What are you
this ain't the
doing?
big
The
three. You
math
can't get
ain't
a
mathing, my boy. The math is not
The
mathing. What are
math
you
is
doing?
not mathing.
What
bro.
are you
You need
doing?
a three. You need three techs, a foul. You need like so much shit to go your way to get 8 points in one
This
shot.
nigga said 3 texts and a foul. That's crazy work.
And you gotta make the three that you get fouled on. So then that's 4 points. Then you're gonna get two techs that give you six and get the ball back and score again.
Because I
You need
think
all that shit to happen just to get 8 points.
I think
Meanwhile, it's 7 minutes on the fucking clock still. What are you doing?
Siakam had a game too because he had 31. I
Bro, he
got to
went the
bring
fuck
that up.
off that
Game
game.
two, yeah. That game two was rough for them.
Um, him and Halliburton just, I mean,
They
Yeah,
gotta slow the game
that
up.
Naismith kid,
The Knicks cannot
yeah.
run with them. Tibbs don't play a system like that. They gotta slow the game up.
And
If the
and
game goes higher than 105 points for the most part, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna lose.
AG.
what we were saying about the draft thing, right? I think when you look at Boston, you look at what OKC is built. If you look at the championship level of Denver, having it's not a new thing, but having depth, having a roster that you can rely on, the bench guys to give you something,
Yeah.
it leads to these contending runs. And what teams still, and if it's GMs or whatever, they still had this big three mind that I keep seeing. And I
Yeah.
think that's been dead to me since 2019, if you want to be honest.
Because you can't
Like
defeat your roster like that.
Yep.
the Warriors were the last ones that really,
Yeah.
especially with Brooklyn, didn't pan out for Brooklyn. You would think teams would be like, yeah, we ain't gonna go that right no more.
And see, Golden State drafted their big three.
Right.
So they benefited from not having to spend a lot of money. Plus, Steph
But
being
they,
hurt
and
in the
they're
early years, they didn't have to spend a lot of money on him when it was contract time when he started to emerge.
and the thing is, right, because when you go get KD, it's because you like we can lose Harrison Barnes because we want to get KD.
Yeah,
Right. That
it's
was
an upgrade. Not
it's
saying
a
Harrison
right.
Barnes is a bad
It's
player,
the
but
biggest free agent in the world on the market.
yeah,
But
and he wants to come here.
I
Goddamn right, he coming.
when you look at what happened with Brooklyn, there was context, right? Because they didn't play together. They only played like what 15, 17 games together. So you didn't see the full max of that. Um,
Then they
you look
stayed
at
hurt.
what like that it wasn't a big three, but they wanted it to be like that failed Russ AD Braun thing. Like it was just like, bro, that don't fit. It's a bad.
Yeah,
Even we can go recently with Phoenix. We got Book KD and Bit. Like, what do you the three thing? You gotta let it go. I know the battle just happened, so we still want a big three everything, but
That's the problem, man. They
Boston is
want to
sitting up
do it.
there with two guys in depth and saying, "Here's the trophy."
yeah. We need a big
OKC's
eight.
they're chasing it, trying to get there. Two guys, well, you technically three if you want to add Chet, but for the most part, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's two guys.
you know what I'm saying? So
That's why I think they wouldn't. That's
Speaking
why I
of that
think
point, here's the problem with the
If Golden State end up getting Giannis, even with you getting Brooke Lopez and them in the West facing OKC, they can't run with them boys. They couldn't run.
you.
Brooke Lopez would get no burn.
Speaking of what you said earlier, what Indiana does, right? Control the ball, control the tempo, slow down, execute, right? It's funny because that's exactly what we said about Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Both teams feed off turnover. They're basically almost the exact same team, just their star player
yeah, they
plays different
similar
positions.
in some ways.
Because
Yeah.
SGA truly is a shooting guard. They just let him run the offense as a point, but he's truly a shooting
Yeah.
guard.
Indiana has active hands. OKC plays defense.
They
Yeah,
move,
they
yeah,
just
Them niggas
but
swarm
and see,
everything.
and the thing about them
they
too,
match up depth wise. They match up. I think Indiana has the advantage in coaching,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah,
Both of them
experience
teams are
wise,
pretty
yeah.
even across the board. They both got decent size. They both are they're active teams. They hustle. They don't have too many weaknesses,
Indiana's not a great defensive team.
but
They're
they
a great
play
defensive team,
team defense.
but not like that OKC play. That OKC team defense is
Yeah, it's.
different.
I
Dog.
would say this.
This
Indiana's
level.
top 10 defense. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oklahoma's number one, but Indiana's in the top 10. It's
yeah.
not like Indiana defense
Respectfully.
is at 28.
No. They wouldn't be
They're
here.
in the top 10.
they'll,
They play defense.
they'll be watching this jump.
Oklahoma City just the number one defense.
But and I
So
think
there's
what
a
it
there's
is
a gap
too.
there.
I think
It'd be for New York.
with New York, you would expect their defense to be
Because of Tibbs. Yeah.
Better.
it would be where you could see them making impact on the game like Indiana or
I
OKC's
think Tibbs
been.
get too much credit for being a defense coach.
Hey,
Look at
look,
the teams where
man.
he's been a head coach, and look at the defensive personnel.
Is he from the Larry Brown tree?
I'm not sure. Possibly, but I'm
Nah,
not sure.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so.
But he
He's
was on
from
that.
somebody's tree though, but I can't remember who. I'm not sure if it's Larry Brown. I don't think it's Popovich either.
He got hired on the dock. I don't know where he came from before that.
Under Doc.
But he
Yeah,
gets labeled as a defensive coach, and I'm look at the Bulls, look
He
at the
was on the
Knicks.
he was on that staff when they had when they had KG and all of them.
The Boston.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
When you
came
look
from
at
that
the
staff.
personnel of
So
those two teams, where are you seeing defensive stopping teams?
I mean, all the teams he coached played defense. The Celtics played defense.
because I think they look at him
The
like,
problem is he burns the players out when it matters because he doesn't believe in depth.
which
He
is
believes in playing six motherfuckers 48 minutes.
They really do.
Figure it out.
you know what's crazy though.
48 minutes again. The math is not mathing right now.
Like Brunson's not a
Math-
defensive dude at all.
But you expect this motherfucker to lock somebody down. Halliburton's he's licking his fingers. Then you don't have a dude on your bench that you can sub where you can move Brunson off him and put another guy on him to slow him down the offense where there's a mismatch. They don't have that.
Now
Pick
that's
him.
the interesting thing too, right? Because Brunson, because he got in foul trouble in Game 3.
He got no choice but to hack. The motherfucker can't move his feet unless he has the ball going to the rim.
And then when they benched him, they were playing better.
But they
So-
need his scoring though. They need his scoring to win.
Yeah, and so they bring him back in the fourth to get the scoring. And I'm like,
See, this
Yeah,
is why
that's rough.
they need an Eric Snow.
that's
A guy
rough.
who plays defense. You can put him on their best player and you allow Brunson to duck and hide.
They don't make a lot of Eric Snows no more.
Eric's no different,
Right.
man.
Pat Bev, them guys, those are the
The
intangible
Tony
players.
Allens, they don't make a lot
Bruh,
of them.
what?
Tony Allen.
You
was
need
fucking
them players. Them players are essential to winning. The
Yeah.
Shane Battiers. I could take Bron off and put
Yeah.
Battier on your best scorer so Bron gets
Battier,
off.
that ain't gonna do nothing
Battier
but
gonna
do
hit that
that.
corner three. Battier gonna make his shot when he get it.
Yeah.
Them the
Yeah.
kind of players.
Yeah. Bruce Bowens and shit like that.
Yeah. Oh God, I hated Bruce Bowen.
His career on being a
Hated
defensive
Bruce Bowen.
and a 3-point shooter in the corner. PJ Tucker. You
Why
need
is
them
PG
kind of
still
players.
playing?
Because
He's not playing. He's not playing.
He's a bruiser.
he's-
He can hit
He
the
has the
corner.
jersey.
He has a good
he's-
shoot collection.
He's dressing. He's
He's
dressing. For the game.
active.
Yes.
He's good for
He's
Nike.
dressing for the game.
See, but to me,
Robert Sacre
Giannis
gets
has-
more burned than that nigga.
so here we go.
Yes, bro.
There we go. There you go.
That
Hey,
nigga is my Kwame
I
Brown.
can't wait for our listeners to turn the Robert Sacre thing into a drinking game.
bruh.
Because we might get alcohol poisoning in the fan base. Because
I'm
God,
telling you, dog, that nigga's the Robert Sacre of this generation.
I
dog.
feel like
He is
PJ Tucker
defensive.
is just active so he could get his shoes off.
Bruh, he has a nice contract with Nike, so they need him on somebody's roster.
Bro,
nigga
I
said,
swear,
I'm
like
gonna
he
get
just
you-
come
I'm
to
gonna
the
get
game and you be
25
like, his
kids,
shoes
I'm
is
gonna-
like, why he got the limited PE Braun twos? Like, what is?
They
Bruh,
show
you got-
PJ Tucker warming up knowing
He on
damn
his
well
Ray Allen
he
with the Jordans. He on his Ray Allen with the Jordans, dog. That's crazy.
Bruh.
work. That's
PJ Tucker
crazy
see
work.
all these shots on the commercial break. That motherfucker ain't taking that warm up off not a minute. You see PJ Tucker
PJ
warming
Tucker,
up
dog.
his custom shit, bro. The
That
motherfucker's
nigga
not
been in the
playing.
league. That nigga been in the league since '98, bro. That nigga been in the league 27 years.
I'm dying because if
Like,
I turn the game on and they showing the warm ups and it's all the superstars, and for some reason PJ Tucker just
but the
I'm
thing is,
I'm turning the game
The
off. I'm
layup
gonna be
he
line,
honest.
you're
always
like,
paying
all
down
right,
to his sneakers
well,
though. If you notice, when they show PJ Tucker, they'll show it from a distance so they can catch his shoes and him putting the layup
you
back and passing
stupid
that motherfucker
dog.
to somebody else.
Dog,
Because he
you
got some.
stupid as
Oh, look
fuck,
at PJ
man.
Tucker's shoes. Those are, man, this motherfucker ain't finna play. Them
You
shoes
Bruh.
are
ain't
an
they crease, they
asshole.
scuff,
You're
nothing.
an asshole. You're an asshole, sir. You're an asshole.
Those are from his.
You're an
Those are from his private collection from Nike. Man, this motherfucker's not playing, dog. Why is he?
dog.
You better
That
off
nigga,
showing. Better off
bro.
showing the coach.
Seeing that nigga on a dog, that's crazy. To see him on a
If
team right now.
if
Bruh,
the
Udonis
Knicks,
has him 20 years of riding the pan, and now he
well,
on
you know, he was like he
ambassador.
embodied the Heat culture. That's what they.
All right, you got to
I'm
participate in
just
plans.
saying what they said.
He ain't played
I'm
since
just
Wade
repeating
played
what they
for them.
said.
That motherfucker was on the roster 6 years after Dwayne Wade and played just as many
Yeah,
minutes.
he was just chilling.
Wade had retired, Haslam played no minutes on the bench, but he had a nice
Giannis
good
got a
time.
whole suit on,
Yeah,
active. You're not playing tonight. What the?
good job.
Why is he? Why is it say active? He's in a
He
suit.
gonna retire next year. I think he got drafted in 2006. Yeah, 2006. So he got
Yeah, he
19
came
years.
out with Durant.
He get that dub.
They were college teammates. Him
No,
and
Durant
Durant.
was '09. Durant was '09.
PJ Tucker played. PJ Tucker played in Texas with Durant. Durant
Oh,
only
you
played 1
understand?
year.
But yeah, Durant. Yeah,
So PJ Tucker's 3 years older than Durant because he was a senior when Durant was a freshman.
PJ Tucker got to chill.
And they
no,
had
wait, I'm lying. I'm lying. Durant was '08. Durant was '08. My bad.
PJ Tucker still was a senior.
Because Blake
When?
and Steph was '09. Blake and Steph was '09.
And
Because you know,
PJ Tucker had to go play overseas for 2 years before he got to the NBA too.
That nigga 40 years old, dog.
Right.
he
Damn
just
near.
trying to get a ring at this point.
But this nigga game crazy.
Yeah, the
He's
sneaker game
that nigga like
ridiculous.
Wale.
Yeah,
That nigga Prime was in Houston, dog. He played with them niggas in what the 20,
Yeah, for sure.
2017.
Playing defense, shoot three in the corner.
And that nigga was at the time.
He was
how
Bruce
old
Bowen. He was Bruce Bowen of this era.
speaking of Thibodeau,
It might be time for him to get fired.
I was about to say, if they don't look, if they don't show no fight, if they just go out like this, you're definitely gonna hear that conversation.
Right. Time to get off the seat, my guy.
And Mike Malone is
Hello.
he is available. So
Hey. Michael Porter Jr. might come on down. He probably plays better in New York than he is in Denver.
dang,
And
Him
he's
and
a
Bron
lot.
the same age, dog.
Huh.
PJ Tucker and Braun.
Yeah, both 40 years old.
Think about it. And Bron came into the league in 2003. He came to the league 5 years before PJ Tucker.
That's crazy.
Three
PJ Tucker,
years.
wow, what's going on here?
3 years. Dog.
That
Is
shit
PJ
crazy.
Tucker Van Wilder? Is that what's going on
It was
here?
fucking the same
Right.
holes at the McDonald's All-American Jank.
40 years.
He
in
worse
college.
than Stetson Bennett.
That's
Stetson
crazy.
Bennett was at Georgia for like 7 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Bro, shit.
When
That's
we
how
when we drafted him, it was like, yeah, he can be a good mentor to Stafford. It's like, what?
That nigga was
They
at
the
Van
same
Wilder.
player.
He was Van Wilder, the school he went to. That nigga just throwing parties. He ain't want to graduate. Now.
Literally,
He was
hold on, oh, wait,
Van
whoa, whoa,
Wilder.
whoa. That man said Stetson Bennett could be a good mentor to Stafford. Stafford's a Hall of Fame quarterback. This nigga's a rookie, and he's the
Bruh, because the joke worked because they both went to Georgia, and Stetson was there for like 5-6 years after.
Dog.
He should have left
That's
a
the
while
Saints
ago.
quarterback. The Saints quarterback is goddamn a 7th-year player. That nigga 26 years old.
Oh yeah.
That nigga Derek Carr.
Yeah, already.
That is
Bro,
insane.
he gonna suck, bro. I'm telling
We-
you, that dude for the Saints is gonna suck.
You know what they fell for? They fell for the same thing that happened with Drew Lock. They saw him at the Senior Bowl, right?
Cannon.
They saw him at the Senior Bowl, and they saw the Tyler dude at the combine. It was like, he's rising up the QB rankings. I was like,
bro.
did you watch him?
when he threw that bullshit at the combine where he took the side step and looked away and threw that bitch like 40 miles away from the receiver. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
We gotta go. We gotta
Get the
go.
fuck out of here, dog. And then the
We
thing
gotta
about it,
go.
he had the whole hip swag and shit like
Bruh.
he's back.
Oh my god.
This
Y'all
is
just
what you call a
terrible.
quarterback? But Shador, he's concocted,
Hey.
man.
We gotta go. We gotta go. Real quick though, do y'all tonight's game? Do y'all think
It's a wrap.
Minnesota
Shut it.
they can't extend this series?
Fuck no. I'm waiting for
The
the new
only way they
Ant-Mans. I'm going to
will,
get the Ant-Man 2s, baby. Go ahead and release the Ant-Man 2s. I like them joints. I'm going to copy it.
he going to the sneakers.
Yeah, give me some Snickers, babe. I'm a double back. Give me
on
some
Flight
Ant-Man
Club, please. You
It's
support
over.
my nigga, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna cop the twos.
Yeah, I'm
Free my
King
nigga
of
till they
Penis,
free my nigga.
Ant-Man,
What?
baby.
Free
I-
Anthony, free and it's crazy work. He
Right.
he hooping.
Hey, I give Ant-Man 2 more years. He's gone from Minnesota.
Man, don't
He
get
gonna
that
put-
started.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't
Watch.
do that.
He's gonna be just like Garnett.
I'm thinking. I feel they're gonna go out next game. I feel they're gonna win this game. I know it's an OKC. I think they're gonna find a way to get it done.
Wait a
I'll
minute.
say this.
Where they playing at again?
OKC.
Them white jerseys, baby. You don't win when there's a white out in the building. You do not
I
win.
got.
When
Niggas get colorblind with all that white in the seats.
it's more than just Ant, because if Randall's still looking defeated,
Bro, Randall's in Cancun already.
okay. Well, if he's mentally in Cabo,
Yeah, he joined the summer party.
If my nigga is in Ibiza right now,
yeah, if he's mentally in Ibiza, they're going to get blown up. Remember that Grizzly joint? That's gonna look like that. 55 points.
Yes,
'cause
sir. Watch.
it's gonna be rough. Ain't gonna be set down by the second quarter.
Bruh,
that is a
SGA
bad
gonna
day.
have SGA gonna have 16 points. They're gonna win by 45. He only gonna play the first 2 quarters.
Randall gotta do something
he got to
Just
do
to-
something.
to keep it interesting. If
He
they
is.
want to
He gonna
extend
warm
it.
up. He gonna warm up, play 40 minutes, not contribute a goddamn thing.
I hate you, Court. I fucking hate you, dog.
Bruh,
I
you finna
hate
have a
you.
Kyle. You finna be like Kyle Kuzma. 40 minutes, all donuts.
0 points, 0 assists, 0
That
steals,
nigga's
0
stat line
rebounds,
gonna-
0
0
blocks.
0 0 0.
Bruh, that
Zero
nigga's stat
turnovers.
line is gonna be 400,000. 40
He better
minutes.
not though, because if
0
he
points,
become the
0
new meme, the donut meme, oh, he done.
Bruh, his stat line is gonna say 40,000. No, 400,000.
You
40
talking about Ant or
No,
Ant or where'd you go?
Julius Randle is gonna be 400,000. 40 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 blocks, 0 steals, 0 assists.
I'm gonna tell you this.
400,000.
If that's his stat line.
His
He
PR is
will
gonna
be
be
playing-
negative. His PR gonna be negative 150.
You know
That's
they
a
gonna, you know where he
sick
gonna be
neck
at.
ring, bro.
You know where he gonna be at if he do that?
Toronto.
Nah, that's too good for him.
He gonna be on a pod.
No, that nigga's going to the food court first. He's going to the food court. He's building a whole
He
new
didn't
food
play
court.
in Detroit.
He's building a
Going to-
whole
was it
new
Sabro-
food court.
Sabaro?
Minnesota, dog.
Get him a goddamn calzone or something.
I'm telling you, he gonna run the first Sabaro in the food court.
The Great American Steak joint.
Good
Get his
American
cheese-
deli out there, bitch.
Dog, it's gonna be a bad day. That nigga gonna open up a McAllister's in the food court. This
Bruh.
nigga.
as you walk in.
They gonna boo the fuck, bro. I'm telling you, he finna flip. He needs to have the greatest game of his life.
Bill and Bill walk him in the door. Hey guys, this is Julius. Hi,
You know-
Julius.
He's going straight to AA after the game.
My name is Julius Randle, and I can't go right.
But
Damn.
you played for Detroit? They be like, he played for Detroit. They be confused.
All the motherfucking highlight reels of his ass going right. All
Dog,
turnovers.
he gonna walk in that bitch. He gonna walk in that bitch, and Derrick Rose gonna be like, it's okay.
Look,
okay.
why is Derek there, dog? We gotta get Derek out of there.
That's
We gotta get
fucked up,
Derek out of
dog.
there.
At least he was a goddamn MVP. bro.
The
The only people that should be there: Scott Mitchell, Kidner.
Nah, Derrick Rose there too. He gonna look at Derrick Rose. He gonna be like, Derrick Rose gonna be like,
Claxton.
okay. You have friends here.
Claxton.
You have friends here. We're all friends.
Lindsey Hunter.
We're all friends.
Lindsay.
Yo, Derrick Rose gonna be like, we're all friends. Him and Iverson gonna be like, he's right. We're all friends.
That's
You know,
fucked up.
Matt Millen. You know, the
Oh hell,
old
Matt Millen is the guy serving the food,
yeah.
Dog.
He run the whole thing.
Joe
bro.
Dumars gonna look at the nigga and be like, I can be a friend to you. Hey, yo,
Lomas,
pause. Hold up.
Lomas
Wait a
Brown,
minute.
and what's the white dude that played linebacker from guy that played for you? Chris Spielman.
Nah.
Yeah, all of them.
I
Yeah,
forgot
all
about
of
Chris
Rodney
Spielman.
Stuckey gonna be there. Right? So
Yeah.
like, I can be a friend to you, yo. I can be a real friend to you.
What's the tight end that you
What the
hated?
fuck?
Was it Pettigrew?
Yeah, he hated Pettigrew.
Yeah, he hated Pettigrew.
Pettigrew was there.
Joey Harrington. He's
Oh, he's
he's
definitely
the door
there.
greeter. He opened the door for niggas, let niggas in.
Yeah, he's a usher.
Yeah, bring you your food and everything.
He's a.
I don't even think you remember Joy Harrington.
I do remember that piece of trash. I remember him.
Okay.
You know,
I remember
yeah.
him.
Who else?
Remember him.
Who else?
So bad. I feel like he was on the Fox desk like 2 years after he got drafted. It was like that quick. It was like, won't he play for the Lions?
Like 12 seconds or some shit like
Yeah, he
that.
played in Atlanta for like 15 minutes. He was the
Yeah,
guy
like
who got
15
beat up when Vic got hurt.
No, I said Cordell Stewart. He ain't played with us for a hot second.
I
Cordell.
don't know. That was Charlie Batch.
Yeah, Charlie.
He was some
That's
ass.
your guest speaker
That's
right
another
there.
one that
Charlie
won the
Batch.
spot.
Yeah, he got us an 8-8 record.
Yeah.
He got us an 8-8 record. Piece of shit. Anyway,
Yeah,
we
we talking
out.
crap to everybody else.
He the MC. He the host for the food court.
My niggas the only ones got a food court with Joe Dumars and them niggas in that motherfucker.
You created this.
I did. That's
Matter of
right.
fact,
Other
it's
teams, other
ugly ass
people will catch on, and they gonna get a team a food court too. Like
But
if
see,
you're
it's
like a
Detroit
fucking
with the ugly ass
Atlanta
green.
Falcons fan or Atlanta Hawks fan or some shit like that, you
Yeah.
gonna build you a food court. Don't worry about it.
Nah, bro.
You gonna build a food court.
Y'all food court had them ugly ass green uniform with the motor on the goddamn logo and shit.
Dog.
The Hot Rod Williams joint.
Bro, we
That's
have
sick.
so many people in the food court, dog. Rodney Stuckey is on he's like the mannequin statue.
That's the
when you walk
logo?
in the food court. He's like this. Right? He is statue like
Rodney Stuckey. Oh no! What's the dude that got dunked on by fucking DeAndre Jordan? The
I
night
forgot
kid.
that dude name.
man.
What is it?
That's his name. That
Brandon
dude got dunked by DeAndre
Yeah, the
Jordan.
dude that
That's
got
what
dunked on by DeAndre
his
Jordan. That's his
statue.
name.
He like this. His statue like this.
It ain't a jump shot either. Ain't
And
no
you know what
basketball.
make it bad? The
Ain't no-
statue's great. You're like, why did they spend so much money on this statue? It's too good for him.
It's
doing
all
shiny
brown and
shit.
polished. Just
It looks like the Rocky joint. You're like, why is this so good?
And
What's
it's
wrong with this?
Perfectly detailed,
Rodney
life size
Stuckey's the
too.
man.
Yeah, he got one before Barry Sanders got a statue. Like, what's going on here?
Crazy part is Barry ain't even in that joint though. He don't
Nah,
even
hell
know.
no.
I'm talking about Barry in general.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Barry need one outside of the new joint,
Dog.
the Ford Field joint now.
Barry Sanders need a
them, man.
trophy when it says entering Detroit. That's where Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
him and Megatron joint need to sit
I won't
across
fight
the
that.
street from each other, right at the entering.
He
Detroit
need a statue
sign.
outside for
Yeah.
sure.
Matter of fact,
Just-
put it outside the sign so it's technically not in Detroit. It's back
Yeah,
great.
put that bitch in Pontiac,
Into
dog.
Detroit.
Put it on top of the old Silver Dome, which is now a whole Amazon building. Just put it on top of the Silver Dome.
Bezos got enough money to do it. He'll do it.
Matter of fact, put it outside the Detroit Tigers stadium, yo. Put
Right.
Barry
Hey, nah, you gotta
The team has a Barry Sanders statue. Like,
You
what
gotta
the
put that shit in front of Detroit, the Red Wings stadium, because at least they
Yeah,
won
put it outside the Red
championships.
Wings joint.
yeah,
Put it
Red
outside-
Wings won something. So
Yeah,
Put it
put
right
outside
there.
the Red Wings joint, man. Look, we out. We gotta go, y'all.
yeah, we wilding right now. This ain't even.
Exactly. Peace. We out.
Shout out to Brett Perryman.